Hi there, Aries, and welcome back to Star-Lord is Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the month of June 2022. Can you believe we are in June already? Half the year is gone by. Still another half to go. So let's get moving on with your reading. As the usual monthly readings, we go week by week, and then central energy. So let's get to it, Aries. Your central energy for the month is Seven of Pentacles in the upright position. Well, this is an energy that basically looks at reevaluating a situation, trying to figure out if it's worth it to keep moving in that direction. I always think it's actually very necessary for us to reevaluate things from time to time. We can't just keep going on assuming that everything is going to be fine just because it's worked for a certain amount of time, 7 months, 7 years, so forth. We can't just assume it's going to continue without paying any attention to it. So from time to time, we've really got to do this. We have to get into reevaluation mode where we're looking at something. Now, for some of you, because this is just a general read, so for some of you, this reevaluation could be about a relationship. Perhaps you've been dating somebody for a very long time, and or even living with somebody, and the relationship has been holding on steady till now. But it's maybe time to take a look at it and see where there could be some improvements, perhaps, or where there could be some changes, maybe tweak it a little bit. For others of you, this is about work and career. You could be looking at your career situation and wondering, although it's held on for you thus far, maybe it's time to again make a change or make a tweak in some area or some aspect. Others of you, you could just be reevaluating your finances, trying to figure out where best to put your resources next. Again, you can't just assume just because you've been having your money invested somewhere that it's going to continue to grow. We always, again, need to take a look at things. So it looks like this month you will be in reevaluation mode. We'll start off with week 1 here. We have the Ace of Pentacles rooted down by Major Arcana, the Fool. So the Ace of Pentacles in the upright position points to all aces usher in some kind of new beginning, and so the Fool is all about that new beginning, that new adventure. So in week 1, it looks like you could be perhaps looking at something new. For some of you, perhaps the Ace of Wands represents a new relationship, a passionate new relationship that's just beginning or just starting or stirring your passions in some way. And perhaps it's something different for you. Could be a different type of relationship or a different type of person that has really caught your attention, and you're trying to figure out whether this is something you should jump into. For others of you, the Ace of Wands can indicate a new beginning in travel, business, enterprise, all the things that the Wands do represent. So it could be for some of you, there's an opportunity to start a new business or to work in a new area of your career, perhaps even, that is more suited to you, something that is more, that brings out your passion and your excitement. With the Fool here, rooting it down, this is all about taking that leap of faith, just, jumping in. The Fool is very adventurous, much like Aries, the sign of Aries is an adventurer. So it could be some of you are excited about jumping into something new. Others of you, it could be about travel. Yes, Wands do govern travel, so perhaps some of you are planning on taking flight. Maybe you're planning on taking a trip somewhere, or others of you could be planning on moving somewhere. And it could be someplace you've never been. Maybe you're just going to try it, just put it out there and see how things go. Very Aries thing to do. In week 2, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, rooted down by the Page of Cups in the upright. Well, the Three of Swords in the reverse position points to healing from a situation that kind of bottomed out. Now, Three of Swords in the upright can point to, it's that kind of energy where it's just sort of representing disappointment, sadness, hurt feelings, those kinds of things, loss, sorrow. When the card is reversed, this can indicate that we're finally turning a corner in that respect. Aries, for some of you who have been through a relationship perhaps that has ended, in sorrow and sadness, there was separation there. There could be a healing of that situation. For others of you, it could have just been a loss, perhaps something that happened, anything extreme loss, like even a loss of job or something like that that caused a big disappointment. It could be that you're finally in week 2 beginning to heal from that situation. It could have happened a while ago for some of you. For others of you, it's relatively new, so it just depends on what your situation is. But I feel that with week 1 being the Ace of Wands and the Fool, I feel that it's because there's something new here, and it's bringing out your excitement, your passion, and so therefore you're willing and ready to let go of whatever didn't serve you, didn't work, or caused great sadness or disappointment. But remember, the Three of Swords in the reverse can point to Two of Swords in the upright position, which the Two of Swords upright can bring about a stalemate, an indecision, because sometimes when we choose to forgive and to heal and to move on, that situation or that person could come back into our experience again, and then it puts us in that stalemate because we don't know what to do now. Because sometimes people don't want to take a chance at a relationship or something that put them in the Three of Swords to begin with. You follow me? It's interesting. It's hooked up here with the Page of Cups in the upright position. Well, the Page of Cups is a court card, could be representing a person. If it's representing a person, it's water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Now, sometimes pages can indicate younger people. It could be somebody younger than ourselves, or it could just be somebody who's emotionally immature. It can sometimes represent children, so perhaps some of you had a falling out with a child, and it could be that they're back on the scene. Sometimes the Page of Cups can indicate an apology, heartfelt apology. It can also indicate messages coming through. So maybe for some of you, the Page of Cups is on the romantic front. If say you went through a breakup, you're finally healing from it, you're moving on to something new in June. And there could be somebody who's messaging you. It could be somebody who's, again, emotionally immature, or it could be a younger person who's messaging you, and perhaps they are just, they could have a crush on you, and maybe they're a little shy. Sometimes the Page of Cups can represent shyness. It could be someone is messaging you, and you just not really sure where to go with it or what to do with it. Now, in week 3, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, rooted down by the Ace of Swords. You have another ace here. It looks like there's going to be a lot of new beginnings for you, Aries, this month. So the Ten of Wands in the reverse position points to releasing yourself of excessive obligations or things that we're just causing too much of a burden. The Ten of Wands in the upright is when we're taking on too many jobs or too many duties, or too many things when we probably should be saying no. In the Ten of Wands, it can cause quite the buildup of, I'm going to say resentment, yes, and also a buildup of just coming to the breaking point, because tens represent the end of a situation. So it could be because it is in reverse for you. It could be that you're being released, or you're releasing yourself from excessive burdens or situations that probably are no longer serving you, or probably didn't belong on your plate in the first place. This can happen when we take on extra duty, picking up jobs for our co-workers because they're not able to do it for whatever reason, looking after the neighbor's cat while they're away, those kinds of things. And it's just like, okay, I'm trying to deal with my own stuff, and now I'm burdened with all these extras. So it looks like in week 3, if you have been burdened with extra duties and responsibilities, Aries, it looks like there will be a releasing of that, especially with the Ace of Swords here, rooting it down. There could be new information coming towards you. Could be clarity. It could be even you. The Ace of Swords can sometimes represent like cutting through the thick of it, sort of, and just getting very bottom line. Sometimes the Ace of Swords will come up when we just need to have that conversation that, you know, cuts the cord. So it could be for some of you, Aries, you were taking on too much. Somebody could have been taking advantage of you. And now you're speaking up and you're speaking your truth and just saying, okay, no more. I'm not going to do this any longer. I need to shut this down now because it's causing too much of a burden for me. Or it could be that you find a new way to communicate with someone, so it helps you to relieve the burdens. And in week 4, we have Major Arcana, the Devil in reverse, rooted down by the 3 of Wands in the upright. So I think this is the only, no, you have 2 Major Arcana here because you have the Fool in the beginning. So it looks like at the end of the month, Aries, the Devil in reverse can represent a few different things. Sometimes it can represent we are pulling on our willpower. I'm thinking that could be the case for some of you with this 10 of Wands here, because it could be that you were, you know, allowing yourself to be taken advantage of, and now you sort of put your foot down. Sometimes the Devil in reverse can represent us just sticking to our gut and saying, you know, no means no, and I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not taking this on anymore, and that's that. Sometimes the Devil in reverse can point to overcoming fears, because the Devil in the upright position is all about having fears, holding ourselves back because due to fear. So it could be for some of you, you are releasing your fears about a situation and moving forward anyway. Others of you could be letting go of some addictions and could be even addicted to overthinking. Some people get addicted to that overthinking process. Others of you, it could be, you know, you've gone on a diet, or you've given up coffee, or you've given up gambling, or whatever the situation is. And now you're just sticking to your guns, and that's that. 3 of Wands here is rooting it down. And it makes a lot of sense because 3 of Wands is an energy of progression. It's about progressing, moving forward with something, taking the initial wand, which we see at the beginning of the month here, and building it into something. So it looks like, Aries, you're very determined to move ahead with whatever new projects or whatever it is you're starting, and you're not letting anything come in the way. If there's a burden that's holding you down, like dragging you down or holding you back, looks like you release that in week 3. And you just say, enough's enough. Like, I need to move on. You step past your fears. You stick to your guns. And the 3 of Wands brings you to a place of progression. Now you're actually making strides and you're moving towards your goals. So it looks like a pretty straightforward and pretty interesting read for you, Aries. Please do leave a comment in the comment section below if this resonated for you, and do tell us how so. And also, in closing, I pull a couple of the zodiac cards. One is for love and romance, and the second is for career and finance. So we'll pull the first one for you, Aries, for love and romance. And we have Sagittarius, discover. Sagittarius, which that could point to when the moon is in Sagittarius this month, there could be something significant happens in your love life. Perhaps Sagittarius is the love interest for you, or it could be that a Sagittarian introduces you to the love of your life. Now we are going to move on to career and finance. Let's see what's here for Aries, career and finance. Eclipse in Capricorn, number 34, if that means something to some of you, but beautiful picture. So again, when it comes to your career and finance, something significant can happen through a Capricorn, or as a result of a Capricorn, or it could happen when the moon is in Capricorn this month. So that's what I have for you. I really hope the reading helped you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Take care. Thanks for joining me. Much love. Bye-bye for now.